welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a reading on your past lives. So I have 3 piles here. Pile 1 has this opalite star. Pile 2 has this amethyst moon. And pile 3 has this rose quartz star. So please pick which pile you are most drawn to. Just remember this is a general reading, so give and take, what might apply to you, what might not. This is going to be about who you were in a past life. So go ahead and pick your pile. I will leave the timestamps for each pile down below, and then we'll get started. Hello, pile 1. You picked the opalite star. And first we will get into your oracle cards. So to represent you in your past life, the Taurus card came up, as well as the Crow card. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then for you, we also got the Rod and the Cross. And we also pulled Father, Tree or Trees, Unrequited Love, and Greek or Roman. So let's go ahead and we'll talk about this first, and I'll kind of tell you the general energies that I'm getting off of this. So I'm getting the feeling you were very grounded, you were very down-to-earth person, very earthy, sensual, very down-to-earth, very grounded, very stable. And then the second card we got to represent you. You may also be an earth sign, or you could have been an earth sign in your past life, or you have a lot of earth in your birth chart. The second card we got to represent you in this life was the Crow. So this is someone who is creatively very strong, spiritually strong, watchful. It can be a symbol of magic. You're drawn to things that are very spiritual, or you have gifts in this lifetime, or you could have had spiritual gifts in your past lifetime. And it also symbolizes just a very balanced life. So I'm getting a very balanced vibe from these 2 cards. You're a very balanced person. Now, we also got the Rod and the Cross. The Rod, typically, it represents disputes, arguments, repeated actions. And the Cross represents spirituality, values, challenges, and crisis. So I'm getting there was a lot of spirituality. You were a very grounded person, but you were surrounded by a lot of kind of chaos or arguments, disagreements, people not agreeing on things. Here we have the Father card. I'm not getting, it could have been possible that you were a father, but I'm more leaning towards that you might have had issues with your father in this past life. And that could be where a lot of the unsettling nature of things is, where you were kind of unhappy. I'm getting the sense that you were very on edge. Trees, maybe trees mean a lot to you now. Maybe you go to the woods to unwind, and that might be from this life. And I'm getting that because I think that would be a way that you stabilized yourself spiritually. Because in this card, the Cross is obviously hanging off of a tree. Unrequited Love. This could be from a romantic partner. You had an unrequited love. You loved somebody, they didn't love you back. I'm also drawn towards it could be with your father. You wanted your father in this lifetime to love you, and they couldn't show you that. And also we got Greek or Roman, so you might be very drawn to Greek or Roman mythology. It could just be something you're interested in, and it could come from this life. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna see what the cards can tell us about this life, maybe what these things were. We'll see what your life was like, just in general. See what your life was like, what they can tell us. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile one's past life? Whoa. What can you tell me about pile one's past life? Spirit, what can you tell me? Whoa, okay, that's a lot. I'm gonna take the High Priestess though, because that really stuck out to me, but it's in reverse. What can you tell me about pile one's past life, Spirit? The Eight of Swords, the Magician in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse. I'm gonna get one more card. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile one's past life? Okay. You get the the World in reverse. Okay. And at the back of the deck, we got the Seven of Swords in reverse. So, I'm feeling a lot of blockage here. Like, you have these gifts, right? Or you have these gifts, you still do, you're still the same spirit and same soul, but you have these gifts, and they were restricted. I'm guessing from your father, they were restricted. From this, I'm getting that more of like, there was a lot of deceit, a lot of secrets being held from you, or that you were hiding. I feel like this is more you. You were hiding a lot of secrets about yourself, and maybe you were hiding your gifts and blocking yourself off from your gifts. And then we're getting the Eight of Swords. Yeah. I think because you were blocking yourself off from your gifts and hiding, you know, that you are the High Priestess, and you were hiding this, I think, under this mask of, no, I'm just like this stable, down-to-earth person. But really, you're a crow, you're a High Priestess, you're very spiritual, you have gifts. Because you were hiding that, you felt very restricted and trapped, and like you had no choice in what you could do. You were hiding, you know, so that you didn't get cut by all these swords around you. People that were not being supportive of you. And then you have the Magician in reverse, which again, just to me represents unused abilities, not using your gifts, you know, not being able to express yourself creatively. And then you have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So what I'm getting off the Knight of Cups is I'm feeling like this was the person with the unrequited love. I don't think it was. I think this was a person who came into your life in this lifetime, and you saw them as someone that would accept you and could be a partner, and you loved them, but they did not reciprocate, and they eventually ran away from you Because the Knight of Cups in reverse is typically, you know, a manipulator. They're jealous, they're moody, they're not loyal. So I'm getting the sense that there might have been a relationship, but you loved them so much and they could not reciprocate because they're not a loyal or honest person. They're not trustworthy, and that's what you needed, because they deceived you. They deceived you. They made you believe that you were gonna get this, which you didn't get. And that is why it's in reverse. You wanted the world with them because you loved them, but they couldn't love you the same because they were not. They were emotionally not ready. So you could not get the world with them. And then we have another Seven of Swords. This is about coming clean, about disloyalty, dishonesty. You're coming clean and you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I think that's why this lifetime is coming up now, and why Spirit is having me talk about this lifetime with you, is I think you still hold a lot of distrust for people because of what happened to you in this lifetime. You might still be blocking your intuition. You might still be doing these things and you don't know why, and it's because you didn't have great relationships in this lifetime. You didn't have people that you could trust in this lifetime and that you could open up to and be honest with. But Spirit is saying this is the lesson that you need to learn. And you need to learn that this is who you are, right? You're this beautiful high priestess, and your lesson from this lifetime is that you need to learn that to not distrust everyone, and to trust people, and to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. See the light at the end of the tunnel. Right? Because this happened to your spirit, you are going to still be holding on to some of that distrust and trust issues and not wanting to meet your full potential, because you got two really big magic psychic cards here, very big psychic cards here, but they're in reverse. And they were in your last lifetime, they were in reverse, but in this lifetime, you have all the power, knowing what happened to you, to fix that cycle. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful to you, pile one, and I wish the best of luck to you in your spiritual journey. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Amethyst Moon. We will start off with your oracle cards. The first oracle card we have to represent you in your past life is the Capricorn card. You may be a Capricorn, you may have been a Capricorn in your past life, you may have Capricorn heavily in your chart, or a lot of Earth in your chart. And then we got the Fire Ants, which I believe is a fire card, so you might have been a fire sign as well, or you might have a lot of fire in your chart. And then we also got Paths and the Fox. And then we pulled for you High Priest or Priestess, Food and Hunger, Phobias, Angels, and Egypt. So you might feel a connection to Egypt. You might be really interested in learning about Egypt. If you haven't looked into it, maybe look into it. All right, so these are the cards that came up for you. I'll start here and go on. To me, the Capricorn card represents somebody who is very earthy, very in tune with the earth and nature, very down to earth, very grounded, but also very emotional and very grounded in their emotions, which could make sense as to why you could have been a high priestess or priest. And then you also have the Fire Ants card representing you, which represents somebody who is rigid in their way of thinking. There's a lot of aggression here and a lot of following orders. You could have been somebody who is very drawn to situations that feed your indulgences or feed the imbalance in your life, rather than trying to console them and balance things out. There's a lot of gossiping with this card, blaming. A lot of stewing on situations. And a lot of only making things worse. And also, and again, this is a very spiritually sensitive card. So, again, very spiritually sensitive, which makes sense of why this was here. Your spirit guides are guiding you. They're here. They've been here. They've been following you since this lifetime at least. You are being guided, and there are spirits and angels that are taking care of you. You might still be holding some weird fears and phobias from this lifetime. And there was probably an issue with food and hunger in this lifetime. All right, so we also got the Paths card, which means that you came at a lot of crossroads. There was a lot of choices and alternatives in this lifetime that you had to choose from. You might have had issues choosing from them. And you also got the Fox card, which represents, manipulation, trickery, lies, and mistakes. So maybe you were manipulated into choosing the wrong path that could have led people to, having no food or being hungry, and you have a fear of leading people in the wrong direction. Still in this lifetime, you could have been manipulated to take the wrong path. Or deceived, tricked, lied to. All right, let's look at the cards and see what the cards have to say. What can you tell me about Piles 2 and their past lives? Alright, we got quite a few that came out. So we got the Queen of Swords, that's the Widow card. We got the Tower in reverse. Two of Wands, more choices. Spirit, what can you tell me about Pile 2 and their past life? We got Judgment in reverse. Spirit, what can you tell me about Pile 2 in their past life? We got the 10 of Cups. Spirit, what can you tell me about Pile 2 in their past life? the Moon. And then we have the Three of Pentacles at the back of the deck, but it was in reverse. Okay, the Queen of Swords. This card typically represents someone who's thinking with their heart and not their head. And someone who's letting their emotions lead them astray. And then we have the Tower in reverse. So this is about resisting change and delaying the inevitable and necessary upheaval. So let's continue. We got the Two of Wands. Again, this is decisions between two paths and a decision to make between two options. So a lot of decision making here. Judgment in reverse. This is all about judging yourself and judging decisions. The universe essentially is like, you know what decision to make and you're too scared to make it. This is about like doubting yourself and what you know you need to do. And then we have the Ten of Cups. This is all about happiness, emotional and spiritual fulfillment, domestic bliss, divine love, long-term relationships, soulmates, true commitment, and things like that. And then we have the Moon. And this is again about deception and illusion, and nothing is what it seems, misunderstanding your part, or a truth that you cannot admit to yourself. So essentially what I'm reading from this, from everything, you were a high priest or priestess. I'm guessing you had a group of people that followed you. Sorry, there was a dog that distracted me. There was a group of people that probably followed you around, listened to you, you led, you might have been like the queen. And seems like it was all good. And I'm getting that from here. I'm not seeing this as a relationship. I'm seeing this more as, this card more as a makeshift family. So like, this is your group of people. You guys were happy, you guys were good. Something happened where you, I'm getting like you were a leader, had to make a decision, right? But you're such an emotional, spiritual person that you didn't want to make a decision that could lead to something bad. And you were leading with your heart and not your head. And because of that, you were resisting this change. You were putting it off. But it had to be done. There was two paths you had to take. And then you might have let somebody manipulate you. You let somebody come in and manipulate you and use your kind heart, and you made the wrong decision. You took the wrong path, because here we have these people, they're growing, they're having a great time, and here we have another group of people falling, upset, sad. I'm seeing a lot of, very prominent bones, so I'm getting hunger and stuff like that from that. But that's what I'm getting from this, and I think you're still holding fears from this lifetime in this lifetime. I think you're still holding some of that trauma. And I think, there's a reason why Spirit brings these things out. We have the Three of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So this is disharmony within teamwork. You might find it hard to trust people. You might find teamwork hard in this lifetime. probably because of this, and your spirit guides are telling you that it's because of this, and maybe to trust yourself. We have the Empress in reverse. You're still holding on to that distrust. You find it hard to be in a team with people. You might find it hard to trust people, because you don't want to make bad decisions again, like you did in your past. But your spirit guides are showing you this purposefully to let you know that this is why you feel this way, so that you can trust again and you can trust people. All right, pile 2, I hope that that was helpful. Sorry, I hope that that was helpful for you and that shed some light on things. Yeah, and I want to thank you guys so much, and I hope that you know, everything goes well for you, and that this was enlightening in some way. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading about your past life. You chose this beautiful rose quartz star. And let's see what your cards have to say. The first card to represent you is the Libra card. And the second card that we pulled to represent you in this lifetime is the Fish card. So water and air energy. You could have a lot of water or air in your chart. And then we also pulled House and the Bear. And then for your past life cards, we pulled Native American, Lessons and Blessings, Lessons and Blessings, Imprisonment or Slavery, and Karmic Relationships. All right, let's get into it. So what I'm getting from this is that you were a very balanced person. You sought harmony and peace with people. You tried to avoid conflicts at any cost. There's a lot of inner beauty here. Yeah, you're a person that's very focused on harmony and peace, or you were in this lifetime. You wanted harmony, peace, beauty, typical Libra stuff. And then we have the Fish over here, which also represents you in this lifetime. The Fish represents restlessness, changing your focus, and being kind of lost in the current. You really enjoyed movement, a roaming lifestyle, a nomadic lifestyle, you know, swimming up and down river like a fish. You enjoyed that. But you probably also had a very hard time focusing on what you really wanted. And then we have the House and the Bear. The House, number 4, it represents, you know, a home, structure, family, and a strong foundation. It doesn't necessarily mean like an actual house. I'm not getting an actual house vibe from this, because I do think you lived this nomadic lifestyle. I think you had a strong foundation family-wise, or with the people you lived with and connected with your group. It was a very strong foundation, and you really appreciated that because it brought you harmony, and that's ultimately what you strived for. And then we also get the Bear card here, which is number 15. And this is, you know, the bear represents like strength, power, and force and resources. You were a very resourceful person. You were a very strong person, and very resourceful. And then we also have the Native American card here, which could mean that you were a Native American. I'm getting that a lot from here, if this would have been close to their lifestyle. Could have been a Native American. You could be really interested in learning about Native Americans and their history. This lifetime was all about lessons and blessings, learning lessons and learning about, even though you were learning these hard lessons, how you were blessed. Imprisonment or slavery, which could also tie into the Native Americans and what happened to them. You could have been imprisoned, put into slavery. You could have been felt that way, maybe because you lived this nomadic lifestyle with stuff that happened to them in history, being put onto reservations. You may have felt like that was a prison because you couldn't do what you wanted to do. And then karmic relationships. So there's a relationship in this lifetime that is karmic and probably does recycle over and over again so that you learn a lesson. All right, let's go ahead and get into the cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile 3's past life? Spirit, what can you tell me about pile 3's past life? Spirit, what can you tell me about pile 3's past life? Spirit. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile 3's past life? What can you tell me about pile 3's past life? We have Page of Wands, just a lot of people cards. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands. I'm gonna pull one more. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile 3's past life? One more card, please. Okay, I got 2 cards. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse and the Moon. And then in the back of the deck, we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. So, we have the King of Pentacles. So, the King of Pentacles is somebody who is attracting wealth. They're usually good at business, they're grounded, they're stable, they're a hard worker. And they're reaching their goals. Right? They're an achiever, they achieve. I'm not feeling that this was a romance or anything like that. this isn't a negative card, but when I pulled it, I got a negative vibe off of this card. This might be a person that affected you negatively in this life. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a hardworking, practical, and responsible person. This is typically an older male. This is a male in their 20s. They're sticking to their routines. They accomplish tasks. So this is another go-getter who is younger. And then we have the Page of Wands. I have a little bit of a different feeling about this one. These two feel the same to me. I don't think they were the same person. I think they're two different people that were in this lifetime, but they feel the same. They were connected somehow. And then I have this person who feels more, this is the Page of Wands, which would be an immature male, but this is someone who's like fresh, they're cheerful, they're childlike, full of energy. They have bright ideas, they're exciting, creative, free thinking, and fearless. So I feel like this was a friend or maybe a relationship, somebody you were involved with. I think this is somebody that goes back into this family dynamic, somebody you were very close with until you came in contact with these two. But I feel like these two, I feel like there was like a love triangle. There was something going on. These two men were pursuing you and you had to choose between the two. I think these were the karmic relationships. You're learning lessons from these two. And then you have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is usually like good relationships, finding love, finding new beginnings. It's all about love. Or I think these two men, or male, they could have male energy, be more masculine energy. Could have been, I think they were men. They saw you as the Ace of Cups. They saw you as a new beginning, as someone who is beautiful, very harmonious, very free-spirited, very strong. And I think these people, I'm getting like father-son vibes. They wanted to possess you, but this person felt like you two were one and the same. And they resonated with you. I think they knew you longer. I think this is like a childhood friend. And then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So this is a card that typically represents not being motivated or ideas that you have that you don't know how to manifest, and delaying progress. So you had a lot of opportunities, I think you had a lot of suitors. That's what I'm getting. You had a lot of suitors and they all saw you as this Ace of Cups, but you never did anything with it or settled down because you felt like settling down was imprisonment or slavery. You were very free-spirited. That's what I'm getting. You were very free-spirited. I think these people had status. That's why the dad comes up. I think this is a father. And they're related. He had status and he wanted to marry you. And it would have been a good thing for you, but he wanted to marry you. This would have probably been a good option, but I don't think you took any of them. I think you were so focused on being free and you felt like being in a relationship is imprisonment. You didn't want that. And you're still getting karma for these relationships and for these things. I think you probably know all three of these people in your lifetime now. and it's a karmic relationship. It's a karmic connection. There's karma still from this past life. And we have the Five of Swords in reverse. This is a card all about like resolving conflicts and moving on. You know, there was these conflicts happening with all of this. There was conflict and you just wanted it resolved. You wanted to move on. You wanted to be free and be nomadic and be able to run around. You didn't want these things. You didn't want a home that these people wanted. And you were ready to resolve it. And you were ready to move on and grow from it. And I don't think either of them were. And then you have the Moon, which is, this card is all about being deceived. There's a lot of uncertainty, deception, illusion, and nothing is as it seems, and a lot of misunderstandings. So I think you didn't want, I think this is all about a marriage, honestly. You didn't want a marriage or a home. You didn't want those things with this person in particular. That's what I'm getting. You did not want to marry the Knight of Pentacles. You were not interested in money and their status. You were not interested. You wanted to be free. You wanted to be strong. You wanted to just go with the tides. And the Page of Wands, I feel like, never came out with their feelings for you. They saw you as the Ace of Cups and they never came out with their feelings for you because they know that you were not interested in relationships and marriage because you turned down this. So they never came out to you about it. And because of that, there was like a lot of miscommunication with something that I feel like here was genuine love. And I feel like these are karmic relationships. This is very strong to me. This energy is very strong to me. I think you know this person, or you're going to know this person, and you have a soul contract with this person. Your souls are connected. There's karmic energy here. You guys are going to eventually, maybe not this lifetime, but it's coming up in this lifetime that you need to know it. You guys are going to reconnect, and the misunderstanding will be solved. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse here. So this card is all about feeling overwhelmed or feeling like you're struggling or fatigued. And I think because you had such a free lifestyle and you strived to be free in this life, maybe you're not free in your current life, so you feel fatigued. And what you need to learn is to kind of let go. And that, you know, just because, you know, you're overwhelmed or you just want to, I feel like there's a sense here where you probably still to this day just have the feeling of, when things are hard or you have a hard decision to make, you just run away. And this lifetime is telling you, look what you missed. You missed an opportunity to actually have something that could have made you very happy. But you were so scared of feeling trapped that you couldn't take it. And that is the lesson you are learning from this lifetime, I think. But take what resonates. I would look for that Page of Wands. I have a good feeling about this person. Yeah. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. I hope that helps you a little bit on your journey. And thank you for watching Pile 3. I will see you in the next video. Bye.